Hey, it's Sam Crowley. Welcome to video number 1 of Quit My Job. I'm on my way. I'm going to find a park, bench, or something, someplace quieter to, not necessarily in my car, to continue with this first video. Let me just say a couple things, though. I remember driving this same route. This road I'm on right now takes you to I-71 outside Cincinnati. I used to take it downtown every day, but it was pitch black dark, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning every day. And it'd pretty much be pitch black dark when I got home. And that was my day every day, going to work. But something changed, something snapped. I'm going to talk to you about that. And it's probably going on in your mind as well. It's the biggest decision. One of the biggest decisions you're ever going to make is, should I quit my job? And I'm terrified. I don't know what to do. I know what I want to do, maybe. But where's the money going to come from, right? I mean, we need a job to make a living. So we'll talk about that in this very first video. But the one thing you got to get clear on is that you're actually going to do this. This isn't something that you've probably been toying with the idea for a few months, few years, maybe longer, maybe 10 years. Some people go on their entire life. And here's the problem, though. They look back and they say, I should have done it. The thing I feared the most is what I should have done. So we're going to get into this video series. It's probably going to be emotional for some of you. For others, it's going to be, yeah, I know I need to do it. But the one thing I'm going to caution you throughout this entire video series is I am not telling you, listen to me, all right? I'm not telling you, go quit your job today. I did that. But as you'll see, as I talk about quitting on a whim, May 6, 2005, the first time I quit my job. Look, I can tell you the time of day. I can tell you the weather. I can tell you everything. I tell you what I had for breakfast that day. That's how etched it is in my mind. But there was years of planning that went into that. So I'm going to share with you the thoughts, probably a lot of the same thoughts that you were going through. So I'm going to find a spot to pull over here in a little bit, maybe even grab a cup of coffee, relax, because every day's Saturday, right? And we're going to get into this training series. So I'm going to bring it. And I need you to bring the listening. Have all ears open, all distractions off, and I'll see you soon. So here we are, video number 1. It's Sam Crowley in a multi-video series on how to quit your job. I am here in one of the most quietest places on earth, the Little Miami River. You can see behind me. You'd never know, just a couple miles that way is Interstate 275 that leads to Interstate 71, that leads to downtown Cincinnati, that leads to a bunch of people in gridlock right now trying to get to work. It's sad because 80% of those people hate what they do for a living, and if you are one of them, you're in just the right spot, because over the series of these videos, I'm going to teach you the mindset it takes to leave that job you're in right now and go do what it is you love to do. Now, let's put a bunch of disclaimers out there right now, okay? Disclaimer number 1, this is my story. Doesn't make it the only story, doesn't make it the right story. I encourage you to seek out information from others who have also done what you want to do. I'm not the only one with the only answer, okay? I'm just somebody that said, hey, I want to go make every day Saturday, and I did it. And I'm going to teach you how I did it. But keep in mind, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Take some of the information, all the information, most of the information, whatever works for you, okay? It's a real story about a real person who had a real dream to go do a real thing that didn't involve having a job and working for somebody else. Now, if you love what you do, go do it. Go do more of it and find more people that love what they do, and you'll have $1 million organization, all right? I'll tell you who would also benefit from this video is C-level executives, supervisors, managers, bosses who lose talented individuals like myself from an organization. Look, I was a top-level sales rep, top-level manager. It's funny, though, when you make that decision to go for your dream and go do something else, people are like, well, his heart really wasn't in it, or he wasn't really that. Bullshit. That's what I got to say, because let me tell you something. Managers, supervisors, bosses, CEOs, people like that, they lose talented individuals all the time. I was one of them. We used to lose talented people all the time. We would just justify it and blow it off and say, well, their heart really wasn't it. They weren't really a team player. No, that wasn't at all. We sucked managing them and their talent, because you know why? Our egos. So if you're a C-level exec, a supervisor, hiring manager, you got to get your ego the hell out of the way, because you're losing talented individuals every single day, but your ego is so damn big that you don't understand it. You can't put your pride aside. You have no clue the talent that's coming in and out of your organization. It's costing you millions of dollars to go replace. All right, so with that being said, if you haven't gathered as much already, I don't mince words, all right? I'm not a salty language kind of guy, but I'm an individual that you may hear a word here or there that, Doesn't sound like an everyday Saturday father of three to me. Look, let's just keep it real and put the BS to the side. Can we please? All right, that's what this is all about. So if you want to quit your job, the first thing you need to understand is you got to stop talking to people that have a job about your dream. And that's lesson number 1 today. I talked about it in the intro video on this YouTube channel. By the way, another disclaimer, subscribe to my YouTube channel because you're missing out on a ton of great videos, hundreds of videos that are going to help you make every day Saturday. Let's talk about the people you're hanging around. I think back 10, 15 years ago when I first started thinking, is this what life's about, huh? I'm going to work for a company, whether it's this one or another one, the rest of my life, and that's it. Now, for some, that's great. You've got health insurance, you've got steady income. I don't really believe you have security. I mean, you're one decision away, somebody else saying, hey, let's downsize or let's collapse your job, fold it into this job, replace you with somebody half your age and save the money. I mean, you're one decision away. Some maverick out there in the organization wants to make changes, and you're going to get shipped to a different division, a different city, a different country as a result of their decision. Just, you got to deal with that. You got to get comfortable with that. So when I started thinking, geez, I'm at the mercy of everybody else, but nobody else gets it. I mean, everybody else is complaining, yet nobody's doing anything about it. So if I'm going to start talking about my dream and what I want to do the rest of my life, I need to stop sharing that dream with people that have a job. Now, some of you may be like, duh, yeah, right. Well, it ain't that easy. Think about the people you spend the most time with every day. Because this video, again, is for people that are in a job, okay? Think about the people you spend the most time with Monday from 8 a.m. till Friday at 5 p.m. Where's most of your time spent? Right, it's with those people. It's with the people that have a job. They don't think like you. They don't act like you. They don't speak like you. They don't want the same things you want. At least they're not willing to pay the price to get the things that you want. So why are you sharing your thoughts and dreams with those people? It makes absolutely no sense. Because you know what you're getting back in return? You're getting those negative comments. I know what they are. Yeah, right. Good luck with that. I mean, look, the comments said to me, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. These are people that were acquaintances of mine, good people, nice people, but they're going through life average, mediocre, living in Averageville, keeping up with the Joneses, buying things they can't afford with money they don't have to impress people that they don't even like, okay? I was one of them. Like I said in the first video, pigs don't know pigs stink, okay? So you got to get out of the pig pen, all right? And you got to get your thoughts out of the pig pen. If you're speaking about having a dream, having a goal, having a vision, like I say, you can't fit a big dream into a small mind, all right? You got a job, you got a small mind. I don't care what your boss tries to tell you. I don't care how big up the pyramid you go to CEO level. You're small-minded. You're focused just on what's going on between those four walls of the organization. You got to answer to stockholders, you got to answer to supervisors, you got to answer to customers, but there's nothing about a dream in there, a big dream, okay? You're thinking about doing something incredibly big. What is it? Like, you got to look, first of all, you got to put it down. You got to realize that. When I wanted to be a speaker, I would think, geez, man, who do I want to emulate? Well, there was a lot of role models for me. Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Bob Proctor. And you know what's wild, man, is some of the people I just named, I've actually shared the stage with, which is crazy. I mean, I used to go to work every day listening to just a who's who of motivational speakers, personal development experts, thinking someday I'm going to share the stage with these people. And you know what? It actually happened. But you know what had to happen first? Massive adversity, huge failures that I had to get bailed out by family with financially, just complete negativity from people that didn't understand. You know what started to happen, though? When I started to turn over the soil in my relationships. If you think about planting a garden, for example, in the springtime, it's coming up on summer here in Cincinnati, the end of May, as of the recording of this video. Flowers are starting to bloom. Everybody's planting their garden. They're planting the seeds. They may have planted them last year, but they're sure as heck planting them in the springtime. They're not planting them in the summertime, hoping they're going to have a harvest, right? Plant them in June, harvest them in June. I started planting seeds and turning over the soil in my relationship garden, if you will. And some of you might be listening like, dude, you're hokey as hell. What are you talking about gardens? Let me tell you something, man. Being hokey, being being a little corny, that stuff works. You know the chicken soup for the soul, right? Mark Victor Hansen, by the way, another guy that I've had an opportunity to meet and interview on my podcast. These are people I used to listen to all the time. Mark, he was turned down hundreds of times, him and Jack Canfield, for Chicken Soup for the Soul. Because why? Short stories don't sell. Nobody wants to listen to a feel-good short story, blah, blah, blah. Right? They kept going. Been told no all the time. Finally, yes. And hundreds and millions of dollars later, you know, they've got chicken soup for you name it, baby, right? So I think corny, and I thinking, you've watched my videos, you know, hokey and things like that. I don't look at it as corny and hokey. I look at it as real. If that's your real personality, let it rip, baby. Have fun. Look, here's the thing. You're going to get one shot. You're going to get one shot. Some of you may be dead at the age of 40. Others may live to 80. Somewhere in between, you're going to take your last breath, and before you do that, you're going to look back with so much regret that you didn't listen to that crazy, corny, hokey Crowley guy on the Everyday Saturday channel. And instead, who'd you listen to? You listen to your 4 or 5 friends at work who told you, hey, the benefits ain't bad. I know somebody that tried to quit their job. So the lesson in this one is you have got to find new relationships. Man, I'll tell you, every time I hear a fish jump, I think something's coming up. Look how close I am to the water. Like literally right behind me. That's crazy. Can you see it? It's beautiful, but when I hear something jump behind me, I get a little worried. Not exactly Loch Ness Monster, but look, this guy ain't that brave when it comes to being in the outdoors. But start turning over the relationships, okay? Find people that have done what you want to do. Go have a cup of coffee with somebody. Take somebody to dinner who's actually started a business or gone after their dream. But here's the one thing you need to understand. You got to eliminate the fear. You know, this weekend we were at Kings Island. I went on the Diamondback roller coaster and the Vortex. If you've ever been to Kings Island, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've never been to Kings Island, Google Diamondback Kings Island. It is the freakiest, wildest. I hate roller coasters, but I had to conquer my fear of them. Now I ain't getting them off. We got season passes. I'm going every night. I'm going to ride Diamondback, Vortex, the Beast, all of those. Why? Because I love being in the front seat of the roller coaster now, conquering the fear. And that's what quitting your job is like. It's like being in the front seat of that freaking roller coaster, having that sinking feeling like your stomach's coming up through your throat. But man, isn't that wild? I mean, isn't that what life's about? Think about your job, how boring and stale it is, and the same people you got to talk to, and the same stories, and the meetings every morning at the end of the day, and where you going, what are you doing? I mean, you've got absolutely no freedom. And I'm not here to bang on people that got a job. I'm here to say this is for you. You want way more out of life. So think about this. Think about the pleasure you're going to have 3 to 5 years from now. I'm not talking about 3 to 5 months. It ain't going to happen that quick for you. All right? For me, it was over the course of an 8-year process. You know, living today was a result of the decision I made back in 2002, which was over 10 years ago. You know, I'm going to talk about all these crazy things I did. A lot of them you can read in my book, No More Work Days, The Journey to Making Every Day a Saturday. It's available on Amazon.com. You ought to buy it. It's a great read for $15. It's probably the best investment you're going to make this year. However, I'm going to talk about on video through this training as well, all the stupid, and boy, I mean stupid decisions that I've made over the course of my life. However, they were building blocks for the foundation of what you're looking at right now with Every Day is Saturday, the ability to be out here. But let me ask you a few questions. Are you sure you want to quit your job? And your answer is, yep, sure. I mean, really? Because you know what's involved in that, right? I mean, you know the money stops coming in. That guaranteed money you got coming in every 1 week, 2 weeks, once a month, however often you get paid, you know that stops, right? So what are you going to do part-time to start replacing that income? Because that's the biggest fear. If it wasn't about the money, you'd quit tomorrow, right? Of course you would. If it wasn't about the money and the health insurance and all the security that goes with it, you'd quit tomorrow. That's the gig, man. That's what you got to get over. That's the front seat of the roller coaster. So what are you going to do to replace that money? Well, I've got a part-time plan I'm going to make. Well, what are you doing about that, though? Seriously, I hear people all the time. Those of you that know I'm involved in a direct sales business, you know, that I do as well. I hear people all the time saying, oh, Sam, I'm going to work this. And I'm like, no, you're not. 9 out of 10 people won't do a damn thing. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. You'll find out real quick. Start going after your dream right now and report back to me. And let me know how uncomfortable you got, right? Let me know you tried to do this, you tried to do that. For me, it was speaking. It was speaking and real estate investing. You know how many times I got shot down to buy my first rental property before I finally got a chance to buy one? Hundreds. You know how many times I got shot down to speak at events before I got a chance to finally speak at one? Hundreds. I just kept going and going and going and going because I knew one thing. The pain of going back, and here's the one takeaway. You got to write this down. You got to write this down. You ready? You got a pen? You got to pause this video before you go any further. You got to write this down. The pain of going backwards is more than the pain of moving forward. It's going to be painful moving forward. You're going to move away from relationships. You're going to move away from that job, and you're going to move towards your dream, and it's going to be painful. It's short term, though. That's the good news. You want long-term misery, and a lot of pain, stay in that job. Keep answering to that boss. Keep having... I couldn't believe... Here's the one thing I could not believe. Check this out. Grown men and women in their 30s, 40s, and 50s were being ordered around by supervisors that were 20 and 30 years old. Now, I guess the age doesn't matter, but how about somebody having that much control over you in your life? Doesn't that just piss you off? That somebody can tell you what time to come to work, when you can go to lunch, when you got, hey, you're going to work on Saturday? The rest of the team's coming in on Saturday. You ever heard that one told you before? And out of guilt, you sign up and you get away from your kids and your spouse and the rest of your family, and you don't take that vacation, you don't go away, you don't go on a hiking trip, you don't come out someplace like this, as beautiful as this, because you got to come in because the rest of the team's coming in? Well, let me tell you something, Jack. When you're an entrepreneur, you answer to yourself. And as long as you continually add value, the money keeps flowing in. When you stop adding value, the money stops coming in. It's as simple as, I can't make it any simpler. Here's the thing though, you gotta discover what it is that you are so incredibly passionate about that I could rip you out of bed at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning and you'd get up and you'd go do it. If that's mowing a lawn and dig a ditch, then start doing it on the side. For me, it was speaking and real estate investing. For others, it's gardening. For some, it's, doing internet marketing, whatever it is. You better find out, get crystal clear. Your homework in this video is a couple things. You ready? I get excited, man. I could talk, literally in this environment, I could talk for 4 hours. You may want me to talk for 4 hours. Trust me, I'm going to be talking for 40 hours over the course of this Quit My Job training. That's how much I really want people to go after their passion. Here's your homework. You ready for your homework? Find new relationships. Get away from the people at work. Get away from the people at work. Because you know what's going to happen when you hang around people that have a job. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to be a huge magnet with the word J-O-B typed on it that's going to pull you back every time you try to go for it. It'll be like, are you sure you want to do that? Have you thought about that? We really love you. Get the hard sell from your boss. If you're a good employee, you're going to get the hard sell. We love you. Really come back. And you're going to say, oh, well, they really like me. I should really think. And then you're going to come back and guess what? You just ate the Cheetos. Guess what? What does that mean? I just ate the Cheetos. What? Junk food, baby. That's what it feels like. Feels good for 15 minutes and then the hunger's still there. You ever be hungry? Right? Eat some junk food, you have some Cheetos, it feels good for 15 minutes, maybe a McDonald's burger, something crappy like that, and then the hunger's still there, you probably feel worse 15 minutes later. That's what that feels like, the old corporate pat on the back. We really do value you, don't leave us. You had the Cheetos, don't have the Cheetos, all right? Keep going, don't listen to that crap, it's a short-term sell, there's no long-term solution there, only pain. All right, so find new relationships and start hanging around. Go to Rotary Club, go to Kiwanis Club, go to biz meetings, man, B2B meetings, go to networking events, go to live events, go to a Tony Robbins, Sam Crowley, Bob Proctor event somewhere. Just find entrepreneurs to hang around, people that have huge, huge dreams. They don't look at you sideways when you tell them about your dream. They don't think you're crazy. All right? Number one, get new relationships, get away from the people that got a job as fast as you can like they got the plague. Second thing, figure out real clear what it is that if I'm going to rip you out of bed at 3 a.m. that you're going to do. What is it that you're going to do? Because this ain't some hobby. This isn't something you're going to try or give it a shot like most people I talked about in direct sales and network marketing. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, you give it a shot and you go broke. Okay? You don't give anything a shot. Okay? You don't give anything a shot. You give everything you got. Everything you got. Something just jumped again in the water. Loch Ness Monster's over there. You give it everything you got. You swing for the fences every single time you try anything. Because you know why? 9 out of 10 times you ain't going to connect. That one time you connect, every day is Saturday. I'm going to leave you with that. You swing for the fences as hard as you can every single time you try. You never give anything a shot. Losers give it a shot. Winners swing for the fence, knowing they're going to miss most of the time, but that one time you connect, every day is like this. It's Saturday, baby, and whatever that means to you, congratulations, you're there. That's video number 1. Turn over the relationships, hang around people that got a bigger dream than you do, and figure out real clear, real fast what it is you're passionate about. Man, I get so jacked up. I'm so excited right now. I'm ready to shoot video number 2, but I'm going to wait. We're going to drip these out every week to give all of our YouTube subscribers a chance to view them, ask your questions, shoot me an email, Sam@everydayissaturday, comment on the video. Leave a positive comment on the video. At least do that much to show people you're going for it and you're in the game. Are you in the game? Are you in the freaking game? Get in the game. My name's Sam Crowley, founder of the world-famous EverydayIsSaturday.com, and we are fired up! You are
a champion.
Daddy, it's tomorrow Saturday. It's tomorrow Saturday.
Because she
All
wanted
the
to
time.
spend the day with you,
It's
right?
the only day we saw each other.
I was a stressed out corporate slave. I never saw my family, John. John, it's take it. He said take it. He said take it!